Okay, welcome to Bradborne. I have no idea what episode this is, but this really has a, I think, legitimate shot of being the finale, which is just kind of exciting and surreal and bittersweet because it's just breaking my heart that this is almost over. It's been definitely one of the highlights of most of my weeks that we've been able to do this. So we have a few people here with us tonight. Obviously, the Bradborne master holy sorter himself. Brad, how are you tonight?
I am well. I'm excited. I am ready, and
Yeah,
I have something to say quick. Kind of a
sure.
bummer, but I wanted to say it now. If you've been following the series along, if you are watching these in order, then you already know this. But I do have bad news to break. That last week's episode is zoomed in 75% into the upper left hand corner for the entire episode.
Oh
Oh,
no!
Yes, I am.
oh
I am.
no.
I know how this happened. It was a really stupid mistake that I will never make. I never have made and will never make again. But last week was a very epic episode, and it's unfortunate that it's not gonna come out in its best form. I watched the parts of it that are, what I really would have loved to have preserved, and they are watchable. You get to see some of the action, but you don't see the whole thing. It's frustrating. I mean, all the audio's there. So I don't know what Hunter wants to do with that. If you're watching this, maybe you watched the last episode and, everything was okay and you enjoyed yourself or whatnot. But apologies. That's entirely my fault, and it will never happen again.
The Orphan of Cos fight, Brad. Oh
Yeah,
man, I might cry.
I
I might cry.
realized it.
I get it. It's not.
Yep.
It had this kind of things
Yeah.
happen when you do these things. I mean, you have the audio. We might just what we might do is we might get some B-roll of just the Orphan and Cos fight and edit that in,
Yeah,
like with
I
us talking of
don't
like
know what you
somebody else
were,
fighting it.
what you want to do with
You
that,
know,
but it's not. It's
well,
it's watchable, and we have good conversation, so it's probably entertaining. But unfortunately, you're not going to really get to see what goes on.
oh man, that was amazing how quickly you were able to dispatch of him in only I think like maybe 10, 15 tries. So all right, well we'll figure it out. We'll figure out a way to make it
Sure.
work and fit in. I think most people who are watching this have probably played it, know what that fight is like, and will kind of be able to feel out how that fight is going based on how we're talking. And I think you kind of just made your way through, kind of the underground of the fishing hamlet, picked up some things. It's not really like a ton there. I might even edit it down to be mostly just a few key moments of that and keep it a shorter episode. And maybe with like a little, I might even put, honestly, I might even put this entire explanation that we're having right now into the front part of
Sure.
that episode just to kind of explain it ahead of time, and then we'll figure it out. We'll use some video editing
Yeah.
magic.
And there's
Regardless,
definitely usable jolly moments in that, episode. So you'll get across what the night was like, but you just won't see the action as well as you
we'll
normally
figure it
do.
out. We'll figure it out. No worries. Honestly, of all of the episodes, as much as that like fight was really awesome, like there wasn't a whole lot of other things that kind of went on outside of that fight. So I think we'll be okay.
Sure.
All right. Regardless, moving on to tonight, so we can get some action going. We do also have, right now at least, I don't know if he'll stick around, but he might be here for a bit. We have Mr. Jonah Gomez. How are you doing, Jonah?
Oh, that stuff's all sad and all, but I don't get to play Tears of the Kingdom tonight, so I think that's a
Oh,
little bit. I'm
all
just
right.
kidding. That's
Yes. Jonah's GoFundMe will be in the description for Tears of the Kingdom not being played tonight, and he has to wait almost a full like 12 hours probably to play it from now.
uh,
And
something like that.
it may be a little longer, but it's okay,
I have tomorrow, so it's gonna be like a full day.
Yeah,
So
we're gonna have a
it
service. People are gonna talk.
right on my mental health.
Yeah. Do you like Zelda? Is that like a game you like?
I mean, I'm mildly interested in it. I think
Mm.
it kind of all right. I keep hearing like that it's okay, so I thought I'd try it out.
30 frames per second, man. I'm not gonna play it until they patch that shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway,
I think you should call
um,
the title of this episode of Bradborne "Why Tears of the Kingdom is Trash."
I think I'm gonna call it Tears of the Jonah. That's what I'm gonna call it.
Yeah, I'm just chilling outside on my hammock on my phone, so I'm gonna be here for a while, but I'll hang around for a bit.
Nice.
Cool. And also here, as usual, we got my brother Zach. How's it going, Zach? How are you tonight?
I am good. Hitting wall shots and all, and just ready to watch Brad fuck up the rest of this game.
All
It's
right, we're
sad that
gonna
we
leave.
lost last week, so.
We're gonna leave that pervy reference alone. Um, that was a pre-episode conversation that we are not going to repeat because it's honestly disturbing. All right, let's get cracking here, and we're sure we're not zoomed in, right, Brad? Because I
No.
can't have you zoomed in for this one. This is different from even the Orphan of Cause. I mean,
I'm literally double checking now, and the issue, dude, I don't even get into it. It's stupid. I know what happened. It'll never happen again.
was it an OBS thing or was it like
Yep.
through the play? Okay,
Yeah,
OBS. Yeah, that happens. All right,
you nailed it.
all right, fair enough. Let's get moving. So we
Yeah, is
are.
that what happened?
What?
So
I didn't hear him.
Oh, I was just wondering if you accidentally messed with your aspect ratio, and that's why it zoomed in.
No, it just all I had to do was full screen it, and it was over. Like I full screen it and then start streaming it to the Discord so you guys can watch along, and then I start things happened in backwards order, and the resizing the window totally threw OBS for a loop, I guess.
Yeah, I see.
That's what happened. Dumb. I never checked back. If I had just looked again, I would have noticed it earlier. But anyway,
You know what? I'm gonna blame Hunter for this.
no,
this
it's all
issue.
me. All me. My bad.
okay.
Moving on.
I mean, it's all right if you do that. I'm used to being blamed for things. So okay. Quick recap. Since we might not even get to like see a lot of it, but last episode Brad finished up the Old Hunters DLC. He basically just had a few, caves of the fishing hamlet to go, and then he had a a bunch of just disastrous battles with the Orphan of Kaz, and then had his kind of like, Will Ferrell in old school blackout moment where he just kicked the shit out of him out of nowhere, like on like the 12th try. It was crazy. I thought for sure we would have like maybe another episode, maybe even two of him attempting to beat that boss, as it is, consensus the hardest boss in Bloodborne and one of the hardest in all of any Souls games. And he absolutely took him to town, which was awesome. So now we are back into the main core story, the core game, and we're gonna pick up where he kind of left off, which was right after basically beating Mikolash in the Nightmare of Mensis, and we're gonna kind of make our way up a little further in that area. And given the fact that he is played through the DLC and some of the harder bosses, I kind of am suspecting that this is going to feel a little easy, honestly, comparatively. But we'll see. We'll figure that out. But we got some fun lore things to get through, and I'm ready to go. Y'all ready to go?
Let's do it.
Do it.
Let's fucking go. Let's go up to that cracked. I don't know if you got any like housekeeping to do here.
Nope.
If you got to like fix your blade or anything. I don't know if it's a fully repaired, but
Did all that before the stream. We're ready to go.
you're an efficient man. I love it. All right, hit up that thing and let's go. Let's go pick up probably the last one on the list. Yeah, Murgo's Loft Middle. Let's go. It's very mid.
All right.
We were talking about kegs there for a minute. I just had a thought. We should definitely like get a keg for while we're up at PAX, the house for the whole weekend.
Sure, we're gonna have a keg and a flat iron grill. I mean, we're gonna be living it up.
What else do we need?
Just each other's company and some. I don't know. Let's just hope people don't murder each other over like Smash victories or whatever we decided to play.
Oh my god.
Mario Kart.
No, we're not. Are you gonna be there? Are you gonna be there?
Yeah, I'm there. I already paid you my deposit.
Fuck you, we're not playing Mario Kart. Fuck you. Let's play, like, trying to figure out if there's
the beauty of Mario Kart is that even if I'm good at the driving part of Mario Kart, it makes no difference whatsoever when it comes to actually playing.
I think we should set the items to all blue shells and then we'll play.
Jesus.
Oh, wow.
That's brutal.
So you've been down this way already.
Oh yes, I do recognize.
Just trying to get you kind of refamiliarized. So you went down there. That was kind of the way you went to go detach the brain of Mensis, if you remember that you just crept up on. That's kind of how you get down to that area secretly. So now we're going up. And if you remember this area, there's all kinds of weird nightmare shit going on. You know, you got like crows with dog heads and dogs with crow heads, and it's all kind of like a big fucked up dream. Don't fall in there. That is another shortcut that goes. I think it goes like all the way down to the bottom, if I remember correctly.
All right.
So just a point of lore here. You're basically looking at the same character models, at least, as the Shadows of Yarnum boss that you fought in the Forbidden Woods. And one of them had an item that dropped there, but it's an interesting thing that they're here. I'm going to kind of give away a little bit of Chalice Dungeon lore because I mean, it's really not a spoiler. Like Chalice Dungeons, I don't really have much of spoilers, but in the Chalice Dungeons, the Shadows of Yarnum type characters are kind of guarding the one of the bosses down there, which is the Thumerian Queen, the Queen of Yarnum, who you actually met right after you defeated Rom, like in the lake. And so they seem to be kind of like guards or protectors of Queen Yarnum. The sword. Yeah, get up that ass. I could be wrong, but I think you might have missed a little like kind of item thing down there. Like if you go back down the stairs and around, I think there's something down there. You might be able to drop down on the other side. Yeah, you're down the stairs and to the right. Or right there. I think you can drop either way. I think there's maybe a chunk or something on there. I can't really remember exactly. At least something over here. Oh, maybe not. Or maybe it's above that. I think you have to drop down and then you can drop down again is what it is. So you go up the stairs and then drop down to the left there. Yeah, well, look down there first and just see if there's a am I just crazy? Why is that even over there? Oh, is it on that side?
Yeah, I'm good. See?
Okay.
This is where I would drop down into before, right? Oh no, maybe no. Yeah, that's where I was.
Oh, all right. Yeah, this is like a different path, I guess. Nice. If you look down below you, I think you can kind of see like down in the clouds, I mean. Like you can kind of tell that you're a bit above. In some areas, you can tell you're kind of above the Nightmare Frontier where you're standing. Like you can kind of see some of the obelisks and stuff sticking up out of the clouds in places. Again, kind of hinting at the fact that you're on different levels of kind of reality in like dreams.
Hello.
Oh, I thought you almost got knocked off the building there for a second. Hey, look at you just whipping these dudes' asses. This is what happens when you play the old Hunters DLC and then come back to the games. Oh my god. 2 chunks out of that dude.
I love that your character looks like just like a typical Dark Souls character. It doesn't even look like the Bloodborne like style. Like you don't look like a hunter. You just look like
Jonah.
Jonah, you're about to piss me off here.
Why?
And that's the executioner's garb.
Oh really?
Also, Jonah, you should have seen my get up when I was playing Bloodborne.
Oh, sorry, I lost y'all for a second there. Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the executioner's garb that was worn by like Alfred, you know, healing church hunter, sworn enemy of the Vile Bloods. I mean, you might think it looks Dark Souls, but to me, this is as Bloodborne of an outfit as you can find.
More
I
than
fucking
like
love this one.
the hunter on the front of the case.
I mean, like, there's so you can wear a fucking doll's dress in this game. Like, I don't.
Oh, that's odd.
I mean, just because it doesn't look like what's on the case doesn't mean you have to wear. All right, we gotta stop for a second. Okay. So this is the same
Hold on.
person that you saw essentially at the end of the ROM fight. This is an actual boss that you can fight if you go down and through enough levels of the Chalice dungeon. It's very hard to get to, takes a long time, it's kind of arduous, but it's an awesome fight. There's a couple awesome fights down there. And you can see that she's not going to attack you or anything. You can actually walk up to her.
Oh,
it's not a big deal.
Am I about to fight?
No, don't fight her. You're not fighting her. Don't hit her or anything. But you can see she's basically been essentially robbed of a child there.
Yeah.
This is Queen Yarnum, or at least one of. When you fight her as a boss fight in the Chalice dungeon, she actually creates like copies of herself that aren't really her. And one of the coolest things about that boss fight is that if you have a bunch of copies of her around, the way you tell which one is the real one is the one that actually has a pregnant like baby bump in front of them, and this one does not. So it suggests that this is like a copy of Queen Yarnum and not the actual Queen Yarnum. But she's essentially had her child stolen from her, which you can hear in the background there.
Yeah.
Like crying. And I think one of the coolest things, if you really look at her hands, they're shackled. Those are like pillory cuffs.
I see.
And
Would not have noticed that.
the cool thing about that is like back in like the kind of Victorian ages, like where seems like it's somewhat set, they used to actually sedate and shackle women during childbirth just to make it easier. You know, because it's not like they had epidurals. Like, you know, it's just an easier way to deal with it without them, you know, essentially, I guess, fighting at people and stuff. So, all right, but anyway, before you
night at my house,
before you go up there, let's go down to the right. But anyway, this is Queen Yarnum, the Marian Queen. This chest really interested me, and I have theories about what's in this chest, and it's fascinating. It's a weird place to find this. So this is telling you can't pick this up because this is one of Yosefka's blood vials. Right. So you can only carry one of those at a time. So if you used one, you could pick this one up. But what the fuck is Yosefka's blood vial doing all the way up here? You know?
I don't know.
Like, you remember
What does it do?
She might have played a part, and that's not a bad theory. This is a shortcut I wanted you to unlock. So you can go down there and see where it takes you if you want. This is a shortcut to get back up to this part. I have a really gamey theory about it, but I almost like yours better, Zach. So you see where you are, you're kind of back here. My gamey theory is that this chest is almost a reminder in a weird, like Soulsborne way that you need to go back to Yosefka's clinic to get one of the umbilical cords.
Ah.
That's just a gamey explanation, but I kind of like Zach's lore explanation better than my gamey one.
They both kind of work.
They both kind of work, you know. But yeah, there's a Yosefka's blood library. All right, we're good to go. Let's move on. Now you can go. I just wanted you to unlock that shortcut before you.
Thank you.
Went up there.
Right.
Just so you don't have to fight all this spider. I don't know if you got to look at those pigs, but the pigs are actually half spider, half pig.
No.
They have
spider
like
pig?
1,000. It's a spider pig. It's a spider pig. I'm not even fucking with you.
I'm going in.
They have a ton of eyes. They aren't regular pigs. They have a shit ton of eyes. You can fight these things.
I'd rather not right now.
Can always give him a prostate exam.
Sure.
Hey guys,
get over there.
I do have to bounce. I gotta start getting ready for bed.
All right.
Yeah,
dude.
you got to be up bright and early so you can go fulfill your life's greatest dream, playing Tears of the Kingdom.
Work? Yeah. I didn't even get it until after work. So.
Well, thanks for hanging out for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming through.
Yes, sir. I'll catch you gentlemen this week. Later.
Right.
Look, I mean, let's be honest. You needed to see the spider pig.
Yeah.
Spider pig does whatever spider pig.
Look, there's a bunch of items over there. I mean, you needed to come over here.
Yep. I was being a punk ass.
A little bit.
You were right.
Cold blood. You got these pigs.
Come on, pig boy.
I mean, you got 24 fucking...
Did you notice that number increased since the last episode?
I did. Yeah, you were at 23 before, right?
I picked up a carol ring that was +4 instead of +3. Somewhere along the way. Like I said, when I was doing maintenance, I went through them and realized I could be carrying another blood vial.
So yeah. And that pretty much kind of completes, I think, the enemies of this section. Oh, good blood gem, too. It's always fun. I think this is kind of where you came up from here. So that's, I don't know. There's still that one item over there you can get to somehow. I gotta remember how you get over to it. Right? Can you jump across here to the other side or to the left there? Maybe across that fence? Maybe you can jump over the fence. I'm trying to remember how you get over to that. Can you hug the left there? Oh, you can go around the fence. That's what it is. Yeah, there it is.
Sweet.
And chunks, man. You love getting the chunks. You can level up weapons in New Game Plus if you go that route.
That's exactly my plan.
Yeah.
I'm gonna beef up other stats and try some different
Do
stuff.
it.
Yep.
Do it. All right. Well, I think you've done pretty much everything in this area other than going up to past the Queen of Yarnum. Up those stairs I was telling you not to go up yet. Let's go deal with this fucking baby.
Where's the nearest lantern? I'm looking at.
Well, you did that shortcut, so you have a lantern basically right at the bottom of that elevator that you opened up.
Looking at
across
like
the way.
58,000 here. Probably should ditch that, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's up to you. It's not like it's going to be hard to get back up here. You just have to go up the elevator. So that's not the way. That's the way to the...
I feel like I should
you go that...
take care of business. So I don't have to think
Yeah, I mean, this is your game, dude. You got a bunch of Ken Coldblood. I'm sure you could do a level up.
Yeah, I'll be fine. Down or across here? Where's the lantern at? Down here, right?
Exactly.
Boom. Well,
Right
there it
there.
is. All right. Sorry about that. diversion here.
You're right.
I perform better when I'm just not thinking about anything else. Alright.
Oh, good. On any
Oh.
other night, he'd be restless. But on this night, he sounds
So,
so
do we have?
very
Is he
calm.
here?
Maybe.
Perhaps something has eased his suffering. Very well. Let me.
65. Let's look for Gehrman quick.
Yeah, let's definitely wait for Gehrman. That motherfucker has not been around in your game at all.
I know.
It's so weird to me.
I feel like I
He
got
wasn't in
jerked
mine
on
very much
Gehrman.
either.
I mean, I feel like I run into him like every few times I would come back to the Hunter's Dream. I would catch him down here snoozing.
He's not
I don't know
down
how.
here?
No, he would be right at the bottom of that hill. He's not there. Sometimes Sometimes I think he's by the gate.
Right, I'll head down there and see what's up, but
yeah, he is just a.
elusive.
He's an absent. He's an absent father right now or something.
That's tough, man.
Yeah, it's like he doesn't even care about you. Yeah, he's not here.
Yeah. Alright, well. Kind of fooled me there, but figured it was
Alright, well. Let's get you some cold blood.
Oh right.
Farewell,
Do I
good
need
hunter.
65? I don't need that much.
Yeah. Just use 2 of them, maybe even. See what that does.
I always do that.
Oh,
Not perfect. Give me enough to fix up my sword before I head in.
Welcome
it's
home.
Sal. He's muted.
Oh,
We love us
no.
some Sal.
Well.
Welcome, Sal.
Very
You've
well.
come just in time for
Let me.
probably the finale.
Oh, wow.
We are at finale time.
I like this next boss he's about to fight.
Farewell.
I do like it, lore wise. It's not
a very hard boss.
It's not my fit. Well, I mean, don't say that. I'm trying to not give anything away. Like, what if it takes him a long time? Now you're gonna make it feel weird.
Because he's done that to me on a few of mine.
I never
Dude,
rubbed
this
your
boss
nose in
is
it.
so easy. Like, you just don't even get hit ever. I think it's an interesting boss.
Watch this be 3 episodes.
I mean, let's be fair. This boss looks fucking awesome, and it's a cool place. You'll like it. You'll like this, and it's kind of chill compared to like some of the crazy fucking fights you've been doing lately. So you go up to the left there. I mean, go
Take it back.
Where am I going?
One hop this time.
up to the stairs.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, and just keep going up the stairs. You don't need to fight those things. You fought them a bunch. And then you just basically go right. And then there's your elevator up. It's just a shortcut. Don't fall. So, there's Queen Yarnum with her recently removed, I guess. Oh, that's not recent. Again, this is a nightmare, so time is kind of skewed a bit. Because she's basically thousands of years old. Look at this room. Again, you're in the Nightmare of Misses. You gotta remember, it's kind of like a school, like where people went fucking insane. Which is awesome. A bunch of little Mickle-ass children.
Cheese.
Oh no, I'm waking up. I'm not gonna do anything.
I can take another
Basically, what it sounds like.
Cheese.
Well, it's like a selfie. You and the kiddos.
Exactly.
Send that out as Christmas cards.
Right. So little Tommy got his first cage this year. He's still adjusting. The Christmas letter, you know? Hmm.
There is a baby carriage there. I think you probably noticed, right?
No.
Right, kind of like look at the
Oh,
middle,
there
right?
it is. Okay, thanks. I didn't even see that.
Oh no, the poor baby.
The baby's name is Murgo, which is kind
Ooh.
of suggested that that's Queen Yarnum's baby, and this is
awesome.
fucking
Yeah,
awesome.
I love this character model.
I love that you can hear Gascoigne's music box playing during this. I don't know what the meaning of it is, but
I did not even realize that before.
I like that this is Murgo's wet nurse. So some people speculate that this is like maybe a different representation of Murgo itself, but I never thought about it like that. I always thought it was just like this is basically the kind of semi-great one that just protects Murgo or defends it for whatever reason.
Murgo's the one for protecting Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Hello. Again.
Ooh. Yikes.
What?
Hello.
Alright, right now it's actually Murgo's wet nurses, so you might want to just keep your distance.
Shit.
Yeah. And see, when you get that kind of haze, you get more than one of them. Just be aware.
You get soaked.
I hadn't noticed.
It's a very cool boss.
That there were like 70 of them. Yeah, super easy.
You actually were doing pretty damn
You're doing
well.
pretty good.
I'll get it. We'll be alright. Unless it has some insane third form.
I'm not even giving you strats on this one. You won't need them. Just have fun. It did make me a little upset that you didn't send that back down. You know, I felt like we'd gone over that enough times that you would have remembered it.
I was being cocky.
Oh my god, it was intentional.
Yes, it was.
Oh my heart, my heart. You didn't even send the other one down either. You gotta do this shit twice.
Mm-hmm. That one, I was honestly just like totally astonished by what was at the top of the elevator and just didn't even think of it. I was just like, oh man, look at this.
Is there anything cool underneath?
Let's go down there. Check it out.
Alright, baby.
Who's smoking in here? Damn, you're taking chunks off their house.
Yeah. As again, after getting out of the Old Hunters DLC, this is a completely different ballgame. She tricked you. She double spinned it. She double spinned it. Nice dodge. That's the dodge right there.
She zigs when you zag.
She French fried when I pizza.
Your hamburger, your hot dog. Yo, wanna go hamburger? Damn it, I can't.
Dude, she's so slicey dicey.
She's pretty sharp.
Alright, time to get in evasive mode. I think it's... Oh, I guess you're not getting the fog yet.
I hear it. Oh, no, yeah, you haven't gotten any. Sometimes it's just an RNG thing.
Damn, that range.
Damn.
Yeah. You're okay. Man, you're getting very lucky on this fight that she has not done any of that weird purple haze shit.
It's in my mind. Oh. Razzle dazzle.
Man, she's not gonna do it. It's like the Micklash fight. He's like, we're just gonna have none of that. Good God, dude. I honestly don't know if I've ever seen her not go into that phase. Like, that's so weird. It's not even like a second stage. Sometimes she does it like almost right away.
Where you at, baby?
Yeah.
I still got a health bar.
Oh, it's like
Did
the
she
Max Payne
glitch on
baby.
you?
Is that the
No. It takes time. It takes a second.
is that the baby there? Down
I think it's just trying to be dramatic.
Yeah, make you think it's gonna come back.
Nightmare Slain, you got an umbilical cord. Let's refresh our memory on the umbilical cord thing. We gotta have a conversation here in a second, so let's go look at that. I think it's kind of down towards, yeah. Look at those umbilical cords. You should have, I think, 3 of them. And just a reminder,
I got 3.
you got one from when you, all right, okay, I'm gonna read this. A great relic, also known as the cord of the eye. Every infant great one has this precursor to the umbilical cord. Every great one loses its child and then yearns for a surrogate, which makes more sense with what we just went through, right? So, like, Queen Yarnum loses a child, yearns for a surrogate. The third umbilical cord precipitated the encounter with the pale moon, which beckoned the hunters and convened the hunter's dream. That's kind of an important sentence too. So, umbilical cord precipitated the encounter with the pale moon. I don't know if you remember earlier, but the moon in this game is very unique. It actually exists both behind and in front of some clouds, so it's not like off in space.
You're right. It like kind of hangs in a.
Oh, it's on the Earth or whatever
Yeah,
realm.
it's actually close. It's close by in a way. All right, so used to gain insight. Oh wait, I wasn't done reading.
Is
Oh,
the
my
moon
bad.
Santa Claus?
Go back up to that one we were just reading.
So they're all the same, right?
Used to gain insight, and so they say, eyes on the inside. Although no one remembers what that truly entails. Will you check the last one and see if the description is any different?
Oh, sorry.
I'm just curious. Used to gain insight, and so they say eyes on the inside. Although no one remembers what that truly entails. No, wait, this is different. Look, wait, go up one more.
This is the one I just had
Yeah.
on.
No,
No, this
do
is
the
the
other
one we
see-
read first.
Right, now go down. Yeah, so you see it's a little bit different. Every great one loses his child and then yearns for surrogate, and Erden, the formless great one, is no different. To think it was corrupted blood that began this eldritch liaison. So this is the one you got from Ariana. So it's a little bit different. So let's go down to the next one. So in this one, the one you just got says, this cord granted Mensis audience with Murgo, who resulted in the stillbirth of their brains. So this is kind of suggestion that that's where the brain of Mensis came from. Like, again, it granted Mensis an audience with Murgo. It's covered in eyes. Like, it's basically a suggestion that this is how they essentially made a great one that existed chained up at Mensis, at the school of Mensis. So you got 3 umbilical cords now, 3 1/3 umbilical cords, which is obviously giving you a hint about those things. All right, you have officially finish the Nightmare Mitzvahs, we can go back to the Hunter Stream. You now have 74,000, so you could probably get another level up if you want.
Can I quickly tell you what I thought when that boss didn't die right away?
Sure.
I
About
thought
a baby.
I thought that this was the baby turned upside down in like a little basket thing, and that wet nurse was holding on as long as that baby was alive, and I had to fucking take it out.
It would only be the second time you've killed a baby in this game, so
Right? Like I honestly thought that's what was gonna go down right there, but I'm glad I didn't have to kill another baby.
yeah, you've already killed one kind of baby,
You know,
somewhat great
one baby is enough. Hopefully for
Again,
you,
like
right?
some great one
Is one
basically
baby enough?
some great one basically impregnated Ariana, you know, and there's suggestion that basically another one impregnated Lady Maria, who the doll is based on, at the actual Hunter Stream in the Waking World, which is where you get one of them. And then the one you miss, there's actually 4 1/3 umbilical cords. Makes no fucking sense, but it is what it is. There's one you get from essentially fake Yosefka's clinic, which has a different description. But we decided to fight her instead. So you're basically done. I mean, you can go to, there's like a lamp at the top there, right? Is that a lamp?
Am I done here? Yep, there is one.
You're done with you're done with the Nightmare of Mitzvahs. I don't think there's really much of anything left to do here.
All right.
So we'll go back to the dream.
Well, that was a
And we need
cool
to-
boss. Even
It's
though
very cool.
I don't feel like I saw its full potential.
The first time I played this game, I thought I had just beaten the final boss.
Nice.
Look at this shit.
What
It's
the
on fire!
fuck?
So, I have commentary to make about this. Because I think this serves a very real, amazing, good game design Miyazaki purpose. And we're going to go talk to the doll too. Well, before we go talk to the doll, though, I want to go revisit that, like, up at the top of the stairs inside the building there. He's not down there right now. Sure. Go back in the building and go up the stairs to the back side of the building. There's like, no, the other way. Like the that's the front door, in my opinion. Go to the back, inside the.
What's going on, Brad?
I'm not sure. I feel like I'm.
Are you trolling? Is he trolling you?
My voice commands don't seem to be working.
I know you're
Those-
fine, dude. I'm doing what I always do. I'm just like having to
you're
really look at
exploring.
what's going on here. Just want a good
In
look at it.
100 feet, turn left.
Dude, I've got it. I know what you're talking about. I'm sorry. I just went
Well, maybe
silent.
let me know so
I
I don't look like
know.
a fucking crazy person.
I went silent and jaw droppy. My bad.
You did. It's awesome. It's so cool.
So cool you did that. Huh?
I'm sorry, man.
Hearing Hunter get like unsure and exacerbated.
I was
don't know
looking
that's-
at. I was checking my mic. I was like, "You on? You on?"
testing, testing.
1, 2, 3.
This is so cool, man.
It's amazing.
This is like heartbreaking, but cool.
I know it's, and I want to kind of talk about what I think it means, you know. So let's go read this note again.
This one?
And no, this is an in-game note, yeah. So this has been here the whole time, but it says to escape this dreadful hunter's dream, halt the source of the spreading scourge of beasts, lest the night carry on forever. So essentially, what's happening is that, you know, you've done that thing, you've accomplished that task, and now the hunter's dream is very clearly kind of coming to an end in a way. You know, it's on fire. And let's talk to the doll for a
Good
second.
hunter, you have come. Dawn will soon break. This night and this dream will end. Gammon awaits you at the foot of the great tree.
So you played the DLC before beating
Very
the game?
well. Let
You
me
have to.
stand
You have to, yeah.
Okay.
So otherwise, you're going to go straight into New Game Plus. After
we're gonna have a conversation about that right now.
Farewell, good
'cause
hunter.
I'm gonna leave this kind of up to Brad to decide, and I kind of feel like I know which way he's gonna go, but it's kind of a required conversation. All right, so this is a bit of a spoiler alert for you. It's not really gonna spoil it, but there are multiple endings to this game.
Okay.
As per most normal Soulsborne games.
The way that Bloodborne works here is that, like, once you pick an ending, it's gonna put you immediately in a New Game Plus. There's not this it's gonna start you back in here or something to keep playing.
Right.
There is a workaround for that, which is that you can go basically upload a save to the cloud or somewhere and then reload it after you've done an ending. So you have the option of basically seeing all the endings now.
No.
Okay, good. Because I was gonna say, personally, I discourage
I'm not
that
playing
because
that
I think
game. I'm gonna pick an
fun
ending
to
and end the run, dude, and start all over again.
So here's the other bit of like somewhat
right. Give me some
again,
choices so I don't have to blindly pick.
Yeah. So
Without
like one
too
ending,
much detail.
one ending.
Right.
I'm just gonna tell you, one ending, you're not gonna fight anything else, and it's just gonna end basically here. Another ending, you're going to have one more boss fight. The kind of secret ending, which I'm leaning towards having you do now because I think it's like just such a great end to this entire episode, like run, is that you're going to kind of get the secret ending, which includes an extra fight. So is like you kind of I'm gonna kind of control your choices, which I don't like doing if you want to go that route. Okay.
Because I'm gonna go back and I'll see the rest of it. So, just for the sake of the show, let's get the one that really sends it home.
All right. In that case, I need you to consume the umbilical cords.
Ew.
Yep. Yeah. Eat them. Eat the babies.
You gotta eat all three of them bad boys. Not one, not two. You gotta munch them all down. Ooh, that's salty. It's a bit like gefilte fish.
Oh God, the worst.
More like umbilical cord, am I right?
It's like, sorry, it tastes more like umbilical cords.
Oh man.
I said salty.
Old cum too, like it's like fermented.
Oh my God, this is the second old cum reference of the night.
Oh, we talking old cum today?
We talked old cum earlier.
Hell yeah.
Gross. All right. Now that we got that out of our systems.
Hunter's dream, the old cum.
All right. So, let's go. I mean, unless you want to slow walk around anymore, let's head back down to the.
Want to slow cum?
We're gonna go down to the gate where Gehrman sometimes sits. Yeah.
Oh, forgot to do the thing. Hey Casey, can I steal a can off here?
Steal a can?
There is one thing I did forget to do.
We're gonna do something. Now is the time.
Yep. That's why I'm doing it.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
Yep. One last photo with my lady.
Before you even like go up to him, like I kind of want you to like take a good look at Gehrman. You know, like he's. Alright, so I'm getting pixelations bothering me. Just a little bit.
Hey, food.
That's better. How cool is this spot? I mean, look, it's so crazy.
Oh,
Just the
oh god, I just got dog farted. Oh, get out of
Oh,
here. Oh god, it's bad.
bro, that's rough.
right in the middle of the end.
Yeah,
Jeez.
he likes to sit under my desk and
Is
he
this
just
Magnus?
Every
yeah.
direction's a sick screenshot, dude. Like this. Look at this
So
sick shit
good.
over here. Right? Just like
It's so
right there.
good.
Like that's like a really awesome one.
It's funny, there is actually a way to see that there's like a seam in the skybox for this game. Like I think it's kind of near the moon. And there's a lot of people who believe that that was intentional because there's a Lovecraft book about basically like a seam in the sky, and I think that's fascinating. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but you know, with Miyazaki, like pretty much everything is on the table. Look at how big that fucking moon is too. All right, there's Gehrman. So look at him. He has one leg. He's a hobbly old man sitting up here. You basically just kind of ended the night of the hunt.
Good
All right,
hunter.
just don't
You've
make any
done well.
selections without talking to
The
me.
night
Will
is
not.
near its end. Now, I will show you mercy. You will die, forget the dream, and awake under the morning sun.
So meta that a
You
guy
will
named
be
Hunter's walking you
free.
through this game.
No
I wonder if
doubt.
it's Hunter's
A
dream.
terrible hunter's dream.
Okay, so you definitely are going to want to refuse this.
Right.
Um,
Oh, yeah.
Dear, oh dear. What was it? The hunt? The blood? Or the horrible dream? Oh, it doesn't matter.
Dude.
It always comes down to the hunter's helper to clean up after these sorts of messes.
Such a sick weapon.
Dude, hell yeah. This
Tonight.
is nasty.
Gehrman joins the hunt.
It's like the ultimate like hunter fight that you love. It's so good.
The first hunter.
I know.
Hunter Zero.
I like how he like kind of limps around too. It's awesome. You guys walking, he's got like a little bit of a limp. Still moves pretty good though.
Hell yeah. He's killing me. I'm not getting that timing right. Ah! Damn it. So sneaky.
It's a quick one. Look at he's hobbling. See? He's really limping. Such a cool animation. Look at this shit. That's so fucking awesome. I love that he tricks out his weapon too and takes his fucking gun out. It's so sick.
Freaking gun, man.
Awesome. It's got like a blunderbuss. Very specific one though. My man learned how to not be greedy, Zach. He learned how to not be greedy. He did it the first try, motherfucker. Yes.
Yeah.
I find it so satisfying that the final like fight in this game is like a hunter style fight. Like that just feels
So
so
good.
right to me.
It's...
Yes. What the fuck is going on now? Oh, I'm gonna fight that with my current blood files. Uh-oh. Oh no.
It tried to possess you.
Hmm.
God, the amount of damage you do is so ridiculous.
It's crazy. It's like almost like 2,000 a swing.
Oh. Go hit him, hit him!
Alright.
My man almost beaten Garmin and the Moon Presence on his first go around. It's awesome.
Son of a bitch. I have to do Garmin again, don't I?
Let's see.
Balls.
Yeah, I mean, this is the Moon Presence. This is essentially the Great One who it's believed to have started all of this Hunter's Dream shit, you know? Basically put Garmin here, like he's been here forever and ever and ever. Just reliving this dream, sending out hunters into the world.
Fence. Okay, got it.
You do not.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, then it would have been kind of shitty. I mean, I could understand if they did it, but I like that they didn't.
It's 2,500 damage.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Why can't I use...
Because he did something to
You
you.
got a status effect. You did a status effect on you up there. You see that red thing? Yeah, it's not happening in this fight. That red AoE is what affected you with that. When he does that move, it stops you from being able to use blood vial.
Alright, alright. Well, that's aggravating.
And it takes all of your health.
Yeah, and I can't heal. Then I die. Alright.
I've read a theory that this thing essentially is like made of like somewhat like old great one umbilical cords, and that's like, oh my god, how I can sense it there inside you.
Damn it.
That's a wipe. I missed the Garamond fight already. I love this fight too, but that Garamond fight is just so badass. I'm hobbling around,
I wish I
switching
had
weapons
beaten
up.
them back to back. That would have felt nice.
Yeah, that was close. I mean, most people don't beat Garamond on their first try. I mean, that's not an easy fight.
No, it's not.
What I loved is you basically learn how to do it on the fly. Like by the end, you had kind of figured out a lot of right in the front.
I'm trying.
Yeah, you gotta get right on his head.
Again.
Dude, you just did so much. Alright, so you have
Just
to
keep attacking. Just keep attacking.
No,
You're done.
fucking... Okay,
Oh, he didn't get you with it.
I'm good.
All
I
right.
just wanted to make sure, like, I don't want to get greedy there.
Alright, now you have it. The blue thing there. Now you can't heal.
Come on!
Doesn't matter.
Oh my god, just
Doesn't
OP.
matter.
Just fucking OP, man. Just fucking blunt force him to death like
I had no choice
like
there.
a boss.
I couldn't
Alright, well,
heal.
no, you did your thing.
You got 230,000.
Alright, that's... Here we go.
Are you cold?
Huh.
Oh, good hunter.
Man.
Childhood's Beginning is the name of that trophy. You turned into a baby great one there, by the way. That was you.
What now? That
She
little
picked
squiddy
you
thing?
up. That was you.
Alright.
Yeah. There's very different ideas about what that means. I tend to lean towards the essentially you ended the hunt. You ended all of that, but that probably way down the road you will essentially take the role of the moon presence and restart it.
Right.
It's all about like it's all cyclical. But yeah, you don't fight that moon presence unless you eat those umbilical cords. So you have, that's how the 3 endings work, is that you either tell Garamond, yeah, go ahead and kill me, or you refuse and have any in the umbilical cords, or you refuse and you have. That's the 3.
I see.
And all right.
That's the game.
You did it.
Did it?
I don't know if you want to like maybe turn the music volume down a little bit on that, and I just want you to tell me your thoughts, man. What up?
Just
Nito has joined the party.
What's going on in here, y'all?
We are in the middle of the we're at the very end of him literally going, I don't even know what, 27 episodes deep into his first playthrough of Bloodborne that we've been recording.
Shit.
Yeah, you came in right at the very end. We're about to get his thoughts on the game.
Wait, am I being recorded right now?
you
Oh
are-
yeah, but you're also very welcome to be here. We like surprise guests.
Should I watch my language? I've been told that I'm the golden voice of the Great Game Debate. I don't know how I feel about that moniker yet, but it's an interesting one. I'll give it that.
I think 10 minutes ago we were talking about old cum. So you're probably okay to say whatever you want.
Let's give those golden pipes a go. Say old.
We were trying to just.
We're rolling credits here on this playthrough. I did come in right at the end.
You are right at the very, very end. He literally just beat the moon presence and finished this game after, I don't even know how many we've done, but it's definitely been, I would say, at least 40, 50 hours playing this, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
That's impressive. What are your thoughts on the game? What is your summing up of this series?
That's what I was going to ask him, but in a worse, probably in a worse way. What he said, Brad.
Yeah. So this is my first Souls game. Not the first Souls game that I beat, strangely enough. We started this, and I got completely hooked and totally blew out Elden Ring. Like between the time we started and now. But this game, for as great as Elden Ring was, and I did really enjoy my time with it. This is just a very special video game.
Yeah,
it just is. I don't know any other game that has this atmosphere, like including any and all Castlevania games, which I grew up with and absolutely adore. This takes that to a new level for me. Playing it along with you and like Zach, and like all the people, like the Sal's been around a lot, and like all the people who have come and go has been absolutely awesome. It's like totally added to this experience. At some point, like I don't know, I don't know if it's just me over leveling or what, but like something clicked in my head, and just kind of figured out how to get around things, and I surprised at myself, like how well I did against bosses and things that a lot of people consider very difficult, and also vice versa. Surprised that it took me so long to beat certain things that other people just blow off in one run. So.
I thought it was very kind of a fun coincidence that when I joined you tonight before we started recording that you were playing Mega Man.
Right.
Because
there's a reason
the first time I ever played this game, I got killed so many times just in the first Yarnum section around like the Burning Beast. And to the point that I was like, why did people even play this? This is fucking infuriating. I almost didn't play any more of it. And then like on one like playthrough of that, I finally understood that this is just like the greatest, most well-designed fucking Mega Man ever. where a lot of it is just learning the level, and repeating a bunch of stuff, and getting to the boss and finding a way to beat them. But it's more methodical, like you play all these games that are just hack and slash. You go run in, there's a bunch of enemies, and you're trained with so many games to just run in there and mash buttons and just fuck everything up relentlessly. You're the master of everything, and this game is like, no, you have to respect every single enemy, from like a lowly dude with just like a wooden shield and a like butcher's knife to like giant werewolves. Like every one of them deserves at least some respect.
Signed and sealed.
Yeah, see, it dumps you right back into New Game Plus.
Begin the transmission.
So,
don't you worry.
but like I realized that it's kind of got a similar design to Mega Man, and after that I like realized, okay, this is about kind of perfecting like how you get through levels and learning what the boss is like, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, that's
absolutely,
it's amazing.
Yeah, and you never feel cheated. Never once did I go, oh, come on, like a few times maybe with like camera angle stuff, but like by and
Cameras can be
large, it's like you accept your fate. It's just kind of like, yeah, man, I was not fucking on point there,
That's fair. Like to your point. A lot of games are like, y'all know the movie Big Daddy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you remember the card game that the kid was playing with Rob Schneider? The game was called I Win, and the kid just won.
Oh yeah, I win.
That's what a lot of games feel like. It feels like it's hard to fuck up winning in a lot of games.
Redfall.
So,
that was definitely Redfall.
So that's what's kind of refreshing about games, in the Souls series in particular, and a lot of roguelites and roguelikes and things of that nature, is that you have to learn how to be better.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can, make it a lot easier on yourself once you kind of have a better understanding of the game and how you level up and how you can, kind of progress. It does have a bit of like a roguelike component to it. I just feel like this game, other than like it has a few technical flaws, like you just mentioned one, like it has like janky cameras sometimes, and that can kind of distract a little bit. But in terms of like the design and the enemies and the level design and the position of everything and every boss fight, I can't think of another game that I wouldn't change anything on. Like outside of, again, technical stuff, I wouldn't change anything about this game. I think from start to finish, it is about as perfect of a design of a video game as you can ever find. And it's got so many little, like, I just always love the boldness of like Miyazaki in these Souls games to just basically tuck all of these little secrets away and just go, well, if they don't find them, they don't find them. Like, who cares if it took us like 6 months to design that area? Like, if they don't play it, they just didn't. I think I saw something like the trophy for, and a lot of people won't do this, and you might not do it. I'm not sure if you're going to go explore them, but the trophy for people who have actually beaten the Queen of Yharnam in the Chalice dungeons is like 8%. So like almost everybody who plays this game never fight that fight. They never see that boss. And then that boss is very unique, and the one before that is very unique. There's a lot of them in the Chalice dungeons, and there's lots of parts of the core game that are just very unique, and you might just miss them. And I love that you're just fucking playing. You're just like, let's go. We're back. By the way, you have 232,000.
Yeah, hello.
Just want you to be aware of that.
Well, he knows a quick way to get to a lantern, so.
Yeah. Oh my god, this guy killed you.
Right? I'm fine.
Well, it would just prove your point about how any like individual enemy in this game can be a threat.
You could just get stun locked. I mean, it just can happen. You're like, oh my god, I just was too aggressive there. I wasn't playing smart, and now I'm dead.
Exactly.
So, what was your favorite boss, Brad?
Oh man, tough.
There's just so many to choose from.
There is, and I had so many cool fights.
Honestly, my favorite one that I completely missed off of Brad was Father Logarius.
Yeah,
Because that happened so fucking quick that we didn't even see it.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
that was a crazy one.
You know what I'm gonna
Yeah,
say? And it's not because it's like the funnest one, but it's the one that like it was the first one to really get my attention, and the first one that I obsessed over for a week, and that's Father Gascoigne.
yeah.
Hunter's favorite.
He's my
I mean,
guy. He has a
that's
really interesting story, and there's a very human thing about him. Like
yeah,
even though
absolutely.
he's
And
like not human.
there's a ton of like lore with Father Gascoigne that we didn't even really like dive that much into, you know, like especially like his kind of relationship with Henrik, you know, who like, and I think one of my favorite moments of the entire playthrough you had, and one of the most proud moments was when you went back down to that area, you fought Father Gascoigne and actually fought Henrik with Eileen. Because that fight is fucking dicey. Because like a lot of how that quest line progresses depends on how well you do in that fight. And like if she dies, it changes that quest line. You know,
Right.
like it can be if you die, it changes that quest line.
Really?
Uh, yeah, it can be very.
Do you only
The
get
fact
one
that you're
shot at that?
Yeah, it changes it. If you die, then you can go back and I think fight him, but I don't think that she's there for it.
Wow.
I don't remember how that one works. I mean, I've done it so many times now that I've forgotten what happens if you. I know if she dies, that's just basically the end of the quest right there.
Right.
So you wouldn't have gotten that fight with, um, the bloody Crow of Canehurst at the end, like that one hunter fight. That's like probably the hardest hunter fight in the game, right? But Father Gascoigne is definitely one of my favorite bosses because it's like your first, just like real, like fuck you, you know, keep getting better at this challenge where you start to kind of like get like you learn the moves and you're like, okay, I can do this. You kind of like learn how to parry, you know. Most people don't even know about the music box on their first thing. You get the
Yeah, that was
advantage of
super
having
cool.
so cool.
Yeah, and that's another point that, you know, we could make here is that I definitely wouldn't have enjoyed this game as much, you know, if it wasn't for you coming through and just like you are so like in love with this game and it's so obvious
That's
and
my favorite.
like I've always said it, like I can listen to a podcast about like something that I have no idea about. Like as long as someone's like passionate, like I have interest in like you're being excited about this is has been like the most like the best part of it, like that you just
Yeah.
love like every time I turn a corner you love something else.
Oh,
It's just,
I watching you play this for the first time has made me feel like it's like I'm trying it's selfishly to recapture an emotion of playing this again for the first time, and I'm just doing that vicariously through your playthrough here. And now that it's over, like I'm really sad 'cause you know all the things. And
I
I'm
don't
like, we got to
I
find somebody else,
still
some
don't
other
feel like
person
that
who
shit.
has never played this and just force them to play it in front of me. And we'll just make an entire thing out of just making people play Bloodborne in front of us.
Right.
I think one of the things I do love, like just thinking about that music box too, is how very few games get this right. But there isn't an item in this game that doesn't have a purpose. That doesn't have
Except
a
the shield.
story. The shield has an. The shield is my favorite purpose in this game. The shield is the most fourth wall breaking, awesome, like make fun of yourself developer moment. Like it says that this game isn't going to let you use shields, you giant fucking pansy. Like if you want to use this, I'm sorry, we're not going to do that in this game because we don't want you hiding behind it.
Well, even in the game mechanics, they support that, right? Because you lose health, but there's a cap that you can get back by being aggressive and attacking, right?
No, it is. Yeah, exactly. All of the mechanics are built around being offensive, offensive, and aggressive, and trying to fight, and not trying to hide.
Did everyone but me use a shield in Elden Ring?
You know,
I
I
didn't
didn't
use
use the shield.
I never
Once
carried
I-
it once. I double
But then
Once I
again,
played-
I melted bosses in 2 seconds flat. So.
Huh.
Once I played Bloodborne, I went back to some of the other Souls games, and I've never used a shield in any of them since because I just love.
Didn't feel like I
the-
needed it. I felt like I could just dodge
Right.
and strike, you know?
Well, and once you get over that hump,
we don't have as
you know
many
who has a
tools as
really?
we
You should go
once
watch
did,
it now that you played this, Brad.
You're welcome to use
uh,
whatever you find.
H Bomber guy has a Bloodborne is Genius video, which
Should it please you.
dives a lot into a lot of the older Souls games as well.
Sure.
So you might not understand a lot of those not having played them, but like it won't really matter. It's the explanation is still there, and he describes it, I think, absolutely perfectly, which is about why a lot of people like, you know, couldn't get into the Souls games is just because they were just so intimidated, and they had this one tool, these big shields to essentially just hide behind and just poke their little, you know, swords out at things and just slow walk the entire game that way. And it's not fun.
Sure.
And people who went back to those games and were like, fuck the shield, I'm gonna like two-hand maces and just wear no armor and be able to quick roll and play like Bloodborne. It's like, oh yeah, this is so much more fun this way. It's like invigorating.
Right.
And they understood, for a developer to identify what was making their already masterpiece games less enjoyable and just completely remove core components of their normal, you know, gameplay mechanics and just go, no, fuck those gameplay mechanics. Like, they're making it worse. For this one game, it just blows my mind. I think it's just such a perfect game design. I'm in awe of it.
We don't have as many tools as we once did, but
There's questions we have for you. So you're gonna what weapon do you think you're gonna do New Game Plus with? What are you gonna try and do?
I don't know. I think I'm just gonna go in without anyone pointing me in a direction and see if I can stumble my own way through it, even though I'm like totally overpowered now. I'll destroy everything.
So with all of our old cum talk, should we show him the old cum dungeon real quick?
We can go down there. I don't know if he can go down there.
Yep, you can. All you need is the rune.
I guess he keeps all of those like chalice ritual stuff.
You don't even need it. You don't even need it for.
You might actually enjoy the chalice dungeons.
I might have to ask on behalf of the audience. What is the cum dungeon?
So there is one specific chalice dungeon that you can go to. That its code is like CUM, like FPPK or something like that. So it just looks like it says cum, and people call it the cum dungeon. The thing is that it is the best farming spot in the entire game. To just basically overpower yourself. Yeah, it's stupid, but it's funny to go see at least once. Like
you get like, I mean,
90,000.
Yeah, you get like so many that goes from just like a very short amount of time that you can essentially just max level yourself and just cakewalk the entire game. I never like doing that, so
we'll go. I want to show you real quick. So go out to the tombstones that are out there.
Hold on. Just spilling my water here.
Alright, I think you can go to really just any of them. It doesn't matter. I think you have to do... Do you have to do some of them first? Or you're not connected online. I think you have to be connected online to do it. So if you want to go back to it at some point, you can. Okay. But the basic silly thing with it is that you literally walk out of the beginning door and instantly gain 90,000.
How?
Yeah, it's not even it's like, it's the most ridiculous thing ever. I actually think that there's a pretty good chance, Brad, that you'll like the chalice dungeons because it's just farming, like it's just running around dungeons and killing things, and
some cool fights.
And occasionally you run into like a boss, you're like, holy shit! There's a whole different boss down here that's just awesome, and there's probably, I guess, like maybe 6 or 7 of them like that. Then you'll run into bosses. You're like, oh, is this a boss? It's like just a regular character with a boss part, but there are some really good bosses down there.
Right.
There's a lot of lore stuff that you can get as well that explains some of what you went through, and there's a lot of stuff in the base game that we didn't really get to either. You know, we didn't do the thing where you get enough of the vermin where you can get.
Oh right.
There's like another hunter fight you can do in the Forbidden Woods that we didn't do.
I never beat those two.
You didn't beat the shark whales.
No, I never beat those guys. Did I?
Yeah, so you got some other things that I'm sure that I just didn't remember to send you like in directions, but
yeah. And now
you just really love it because you can just play at your own pace now.
Yeah,
too.
now Bloodborne is mine. Yeah.
So I'm sure you have the whole itch still with Bloodborne and having played Elden Ring. What is the next Soulsborne game that you are thinking about playing?
I've put a lot of thought into that, as a matter of fact, and I've asked the Souls lovers in my life to make suggestions, and almost like the first time around, almost everyone pointed toward Elden Ring, so I picked that up. You know, they're like, hey, it's like most people said exactly what it was. It's like tons of shit to do. Like if you're itching for that, like I was itching for that like boss fight. You know, just that grind. You know, and it's delivered. So people were right. You know, but like now I'm hearing like Dark Souls 3 is the next move.
It's a good one. The Demon Souls remake. The Demon Souls remake was pretty fun.
Yeah.
You also have Sekiro, which is a different style. Yeah. But
I'm hearing that's last.
I really like Sekiro. I like Sekiro a lot.
No, I'm not saying it's the worst, but I'm hearing people are more than one person has told me do Sekiro last. After you're done with after you've done all the ones you want to do, do that one at the end.
I think Dark Souls 3 definitely plays the most like Bloodborne in a lot of ways. It still is very much a Dark Souls game.
Now, did it come out after Bloodborne or before?
It did, yeah.
Okay.
After.
I feel like Sekiro and Bloodborne have a lot of similar lineage in that they're both games that kind of encourage you to attack. Like they're very offensive games.
You cannot be passive. You have to be up. Like Sekiro, you have to be up in your enemy's face, whether that's guarding and parrying their attacks or actually attacking them. You can't be passive in that game.
That sounds awesome.
I think you would definitely love Sekiro. It definitely is a very different kind of combat. But
there is another option out there too, which is the Jedi games.
I'm playing one now.
Yeah, I've been watching them play those. Yeah,
those ones are rad.
I just started Fallen Order.
What about a weird palate cleanser kind of Souls game, kind of Metroidvania, like
Hollow Knight?
Sanctuary, or Blasphemous or something?
That sounds
awesome.
Actually.
Have you done? Dude, you've done Hollow, right, Brad?
Okay, you know what? You've provided me a fantastic segue into a conversation that I've been meaning to have with Mr. Hunter. So, bittersweet end here with Bloodborne, but we want to continue to hang out Thursdays, so we got to find something to play.
Yeah, it's my turn to play.
It is.
I'm gonna be on the sticks now. Yeah, y'all gotta figure out what it's gonna be.
Now the reason why I bring up Hollow Knight is because I actually never finished that game, so that's something we could do.
That is one that I have finished. So I don't think that's gonna work.
Right, I'm not saying next, but at some point.
For sure. Yeah. I think it just definitely needs to be. I want it to be something that you are very passionate about, because I think what's been fun about this is that you mentioned it, you kind of get to experience it and enjoy it and share in my passion for this game. And I think that that's a big part of where the fun can come in, just seeing details that you might have missed before. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you ever watch a guy, there's a guy who does I don't know if you call them like movie reviews, but they're really like deep dives into movies. It's called Movies with Mikey Newman.
Oh
He did
yeah,
this. Yeah.
everyone watches movies with Mikey, right?
Right. Like, I don't know if the people who aren't on here who have not, like, good God, go watch some movies with
Yeah,
Mikey clips.
amazing stylized reviews. He's
He
brilliant.
was
That guy's
at one point
amazing.
he was like a writer for Borderlands, just an absolute brilliant individual, and he will point out things in movies you've watched like dozens of times that you just were like, holy shit, how did I not see that? How did I not realize that?
Totally.
He gets into it, and I think a big part of like what's so awesome about watching those episodes is just it's infectious how much you can tell he loves the movies, and
it's the best part.
yeah. So I would say for whatever you want to suggest, no matter what it is, just something that you're very familiar with, very passionate about, and that I have either not played or played very little of.
Yeah, I mean, man, like there's not a huge swath of things that I'm like, like for most of my gaming life, I have been very myopic, like very narrow with my game choices. So, like the stuff that I'm like like encyclopedic about is like Pokemon, Persona, Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest. Like that stuff is
We should do Dragon
bolted into
Quest.
my brain.
Hunter's never done Dragon Quest. I'll also put out there Undertale.
Oh yeah.
Or
never played Undertale.
Or Earthbound.
Okay, that too.
I played a little bit of Earthbound.
Know both of those games very well.
I also have only just barely scratched the surface of Dragon Quest XI, and
it's a good one.
That's a monster. That's so big.
I feel like I should.
Is that a really big
I feel like if you're gonna play 11, I should suggest 8.
Okay, I've also just scratched the surface of 8, like just kind of bounced off after like a few hours of trying it.
And I'm not saying that 8 is a better game because it isn't, but like 8 is awesome, like really really awesome. It's a lot of people's favorite DQ. It's got a ton of heart, like it's jolly as fuck, like it's DQ to the bone, and it does, and it isn't like DQ 11 kind of has like a bit of a reputation, and rightfully so, even though I don't want to admit it, for being just kind of bloated with some extra stuff. Like there's a ton of stuff to do in that game. A boatload of it is unnecessary, and that and that annoys certain people. But
one of the things that I liked about this that I think kind of fits into the Dragon Quest games is that one of the things you were able to do with this game was when we weren't recording these episodes, you could go back and revisit areas, farm, and kind of level yourself up a little bit so that it helped kind of progress the game a bit, where it wasn't like, okay, now we need to spend like 3 hours just farming so that we can make this fight more manageable.
I wasn't gonna have that like on the show, like that's not fair.
Right, and it worked out that way. And I think Dragon Quest kind of could work in a similar vein. So we'll talk about it a little bit offline. We'll find something, and doesn't matter what it is, as long as we're hanging out. I know it'll be fun.
Are we gonna tie this up?
I think it's time. I mean, what else is there to do? You kicked a bunch of things' asses tonight. You did it pretty quickly, which I suspected you would. I mean, coming off of the DLC, I mean, you can see that compared to Lawrence and Ludwig and Kaz and Lady Maria, I mean, these fights are fun, but they aren't on that level of difficulty.
Wait, what's the boss kill count tonight? How many bosses were down to this?
He did 3 tonight, yeah.
Wow.
He did Murgo's Wet Nurse and Gehrman and the Moon Presence. All in like pretty much an hour, I want to say.
Yeah. That's impressive.
Yeah. And he beat Gehrman in his first try.
Yeah, and I almost got the 2 of them back to back. Wasn't I like 2/3 of the way done?
You were right there. You still had a couple of blood vials left too. I was like, oh man, if he pops those, he gets a few hits in. I mean, you just were so OP coming off of the DLC and having farm some that like
totally.
It's not to diminish what you did, but like you were doing a shit ton of damage on the presence, like more than most people. And the Garmin fight, I think I'm actually really excited to go back and rewatch that one because early on I thought you were toast. It seemed like you just weren't really getting it, but then you were just kind of learning on the job.
Yeah.
And by the end, you
That's how I
like
do
had
things.
very much figured out his moves and his timing so much better. Like he wasn't really hitting you at all. In the beginning, he was hitting you like every attack, and then by the end, it was like he just he couldn't hang anymore. It was awesome.
Well, that's kind of how I approach these games, like in general. Like I just kind of just like go ahead and hit me with your best shot, you know.
All right, let's wrap it up. Like,
I'll be back.
I'm sorry. So what? Just to wrap it up though, like let's. I don't mean to put you on the spot again, but like, did you have like kind of a favorite moment of this entire thing? Was there something that really stood out with you, and we'll kind of smile about that, and then sign off for the last time from the blind playthrough of Bradborne?
Yeah, man. Like as corny as it sounds, it's the whole goddamn thing for me. It really is. Like the atmosphere, the fucking, like it just, the whole thing was amazing. Like sharing it with you guys was amazing. Like we've been playing this game for months in like 2 hour bites, you know. Even like with my little sessions where I grind up and and in between, like really like this game has been part of my life for months, and I can't let it go. I'm gonna play this game over and over, and I'm gonna play it on stream
Just
and shit. Like definitely for sure. Like on my own. Like I feel like I own it now. Like I feel like I know enough about it and have conquered it enough to take it on. And I didn't think that that would happen. I think we started this as kind of like let's watch Brad stumble through something he's never done before, and it really was like learning to crawl, then walk, and then, slam shit with a gigantic sword, which is, I love that sword.
Always
That's a
about
good one.
blamming shit.
That's it. That's the final thing. Fucking Ludwig's Holy Blade, bitch.
That's my favorite
That's
weapon.
my favorite thing.
I run into the same problem when I play this game because it's my comfort food game. And I'm like, I'm going to do a different build and it's going to be awesome. And I pump myself for it and I just get the Holy Blade and it's like, nah, I'm just going to use this.
Yeah.
Sorry, excuse me. Zach, what was your favorite moment? You watched enough of this?
Let's see. I still I kind of brought it up earlier. I think it's the just how the Father Ligarius fight. It was kicking your ass for so long, and then like I swear I looked away for 5 seconds and I turned back and you were like stabbing him through the heart with the visceral for the last time.
Yeah,
and your elation from that was just incredible and fun to watch. And it even watching you do that made me go back and actually play through this whole game and finish it too.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That was a really awesome moment. I think for me, that was definitely a highlight. But I think I just can't. I can't help it. Like when you stabbed and killed the afflicted beggar outside of
oh my gosh, yes,
chapel, and he turned into a mess. And I feel embarrassed because I feel like other people must have all known this, but I had never done that. I had never seen that happen. I had never fought that thing. I just always either left that dude alone or just talked to him. And I don't know why I never thought to kill him and have him turn into some shit. But it was spectacular. And I was like a little schoolgirl. I was just giggly the whole time you're doing that. I was like, I can't believe this is something in this game that I had never seen before. Like,
you wanted that guy to stay alive?
I just didn't really, I don't know. Like, I just didn't want him in the, I mean, most of the time, like, so this is basically my playthroughs. So the first time I played through it, I invited him to the chapel and then he just fucking murdered everybody in there.
Right.
And I was like, kind of distraught because I was like, what all am I missing, because of this? And so I just never invited him back after that, I'd like just talk to him, leave him alone, or just tell him to go to Yosefka's clinic a lot of the time. just so he would turn into a little alien dude or something when I was in there. I never thought to invite him there and then just kill the shit out of him, but that's just on me. But I hadn't seen it, so that was like, it was just experience. Like we were both experiencing that for the first time, and I thought that was really special. So
very cool, man.
Sal, you have a moment?
No.
I mean, I think we know what Mito's is because it was the credits, because that's all he saw.
Yeah.
Actually, I've got a pretty good one. My favorite moment is like 30 seconds ago or so, when you two were bonding over murdering a random person that you've met in the game.
Yeah. It was special. It was very special.
I thought it was very special.
I was proud to have
and like a
discovered something
homeless
on my
cannibal.
own. Just felt like the right thing to do.
All right, well, Sal, you don't have a any moment, any thoughts? Sorry, I feel like I'm talking a lot.
It's the friends he made
None
along
off
the
the
way.
top. It was just fun being here, watching Brad persevere past all the haters. All the haters can suck it.
There were a lot of haters.
There's so many haters. It was insane.
Yeah, they did. They stopped by to try and like talk you out of your game, but you showed them.
We wouldn't let them that.
Yep.
All right. It's, you know what? It's a really awesome experience. It's kind of like I said, bittersweet. It's gonna be sad to sign off of this for the last time, because I don't imagine we'll do another kind of like Bradborne playthrough. Maybe we will. I don't know, but this is definitely gonna be the last episode of this this kind of series we've been recording, and it couldn't come at a better time because we're all gonna be fucking nose deep in Zelda tomorrow, so we won't be thinking about this anymore. So timing works out, but this honestly has been such a blast, and so thanks for playing through that with me and with other people who decided to come by.
Yeah, thank you, Hunter, and thank you everyone who's watched and joined me on this. This was fucking phenomenal. Thank you.
All right, well, good night.
Good night.
Bye.